Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. All right, you should be able to hear me on Clubhouse and on several different platforms. Jared, are you there?
I am here, and good morning, everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on Clubhouse, and on Wisdom.
Twitch.
And Twitch. My name is Jared Albritton. I'm going to be helping Don moderate the room, but you are in for a treat. The P.I.L.L method is a revolutionary technology and just approach to reading amortization schedules, charts, thinking about interest cost, and taking that interest cost that we are spending so much money on that we don't even realize and turning that into our children's inheritance. So please invite your friends on whatever platform you're streaming this on. If you're on Clubhouse, click that plus sign and invite people in. This is going to be an amazing room with some amazing information. So Don, before we let the moderators introduce themselves, I would love for you to introduce yourself to the audience and let them know who you are, what the P.I.L.L method is, and how it's going to be able to change their lives and what we're going to experience today in this room.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Don Daniel, and I'm your interest cancellation expert, or ICE for short. The name of our company is P.I.L.L Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And for the first time, we are streaming on live streaming on several different platforms. We're going to be putting up illustrations. So not only can you hear about us cutting interest costs, not interest rate, but interest costs by 75%, and showing you how you can get rid of all of that interest without refinancing, without changing your budget, and without sacrificing lifestyle. You can pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years by understanding 4 basic principles. P.I.L.L stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. Folks, we have groundbreaking and disruptive education and technology. Can you imagine a Waze app for your money, letting you know how much to move, what month to move it in, what day of the month to move it on, and which loan to attack with the smallest amount of money that can kill the maximum amount of interest per dollar? When you start doing that, when you understand how an amortization schedule works, then you will be able to use your current budget, not pay all of that interest that the bank is looking for, and pay off all of your debt in 7 to 9 years instead of 30 years to never. Buy and hold investors, you definitely want to hear about this, because what we're going to be talking about, how you can cash out refi on your holdings 5 to 7 years sooner at a much lower interest cost, and therefore increase your profitability, and take those interest savings and plow them right back into building generational wealth. Oh my gosh, this thing is going to be phenomenal, what we're going to be talking about today. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. And so I would love for the supporting moderators to introduce themselves to our new expanded audience. Thank you so much for supporting the room. These are 3 amazing women that do amazing things in their fields. So you definitely want to tap in with them as well. And then we're going to get right into the content, right into the value. If you're in the Clubhouse room, feel free to raise your hand and come up on the stage to ask a question about a refinance, about student loan debt, about your car loan, or just about your overall debt situation. Any question you ask is a great question because it's going to answer something that somebody in the audience probably wanted to learn. So Kenyatta, I would love for you to introduce yourself, and then we'll go Credit Goddess and the Wide CEO. So Kenyatta, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta Butcher. You can find me at Kenyatta10k.com. And I love this room because I'm a part of the machine that actually formulates these mortgages and things as a real estate broker from the state of Illinois. And then I also issue commercial real estate loans and business loan, purpose loans. And so it's very imperative to me to know how to advise my clients on being savvy with reducing the interest, because so many people are savvy with reducing the tax liabilities, but not so much the interest. So I'm here as a support. And again, you can find me at kingout10k.com.
Awesome. Credit Goddess, please.
Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hey to all the moderators and everyone in the listening lounge. My name is Rosalora Lewis. I'm also known as Credit Goddess. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, business credit consultant. My mission on Clubhouse is to help reduce the death rate of small minority and women-owned businesses by providing access to capital and offering creative financing. So where the major banks say no, we say yes. And I believe that every business needs a line of credit as a safety net by leveraging other people's money. And as we're leveraging other people's money, I want you guys to tap in to Don Daniels, the P.I.L.L method expert, so you can learn how to cancel out your interest payment. That's what it's all about. This is how we build generational wealth, and I'm all for it. I'm here to Don today. I'm loving the fact that he's on all streaming platforms. Oh my gosh, we're reaching more people. So thank you guys so much for having me. If you guys are interested in any of my services, you guys can tap in with me. Thank you for having me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tiffany, the Y CEO. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, more good stuff is here. Well, I'm an executive coach, an advisor, or mentor. I have been in the financial sector now over 20 years, and I specialize in high net worth multi-use commercial property. And we just launched the Y CEO Network Club online, on Clubhouse, on YouTube, and every streaming option that we can think of, including Zoom. We're an online community that provides the support and encouragement that you need to grow your business, because we believe everyone has the potential to be great, but sometimes you need a little help. And that's why we're here in the P.I.L.L room. And that's why we also offer live calls, mentorship, webinars. Everything is coming because we're here now, and we are here to dominate the spaces that we're in. And we're going to take it by force, because you know what? Wisdom is the principal thing. And above all, get an understanding. And then what? Take action. Back to you, Jared.
All right. And my name is Jared Albritton. You can find me on LinkedIn as JARRETTALBRITTON, or you can find me on jarrett10k.com, JARRETT10k.com. And I've been in the tech space for 15 years. My goal is to increase diversity in tech and anything that is about financial empowerment, generational wealth building. And that's why I resonate so much with Don. When I shared the P.I.L.L method with my parents, they were like, wow, how different would our lives have been if we would have known this in our 20s? We would have owned multiple properties. We would have paid them off so quickly, and we would have been able to spend money on different vacations, different investments, etc. So when I got that feedback from my parents, who I super respect and they're super intelligent, I was like, you know what? I need to make sure that every single person that has never heard about this P.I.L.L method finds out about it as soon as possible. So that's why I'm so excited that we're streaming on more platforms. That's going to take this message to more people, and more people will know about his book, more people will know about his services, and more people will save that generational wealth into their families so that they can create more abundance in their lives. So with that being said, Don, let's get into it. I'm going to pass it back to you. And right now we have no questions on Clubhouse, which guys on Clubhouse, girls on Clubhouse, I highly recommend you come on stage and you ask a question about your situation. You're going to come away with something that's going to potentially be life shifting. But if you don't have a question, Don has several examples from his customers that he's been able to help out, and that should be able to stoke some questions. So Don, if they want to see this live, please let them know how to do so, or Kenyatta, if you'd like to do that, either one, please go for it.
All right, listen, for the first time, this is the first time, and we're just going to be informing everyone. Right now, you will see, if you go to my 10K card right above our heads, it's ice10k.com. That's because it stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. All of you who are on Wisdom or other audio streaming, ICE10K.com, it stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. And then you'll see a button that says Clubhouse Simulcast. All right, and then you can go there and find out where we are streaming, and then you choose your favorite your favorite app. Go there and you'll be able to see us live on your favorite app. Not only that, but we will be we have a an engineer on board. He is our production engineer. And I'd like for if he's ready, I don't know if he can come on camera or not, but if he can, that would be fantastic. So you need to meet him. I'm telling you, if you have a need for this type of engineering, if you need somebody who can do this type of production, listen, this guy is a computer guru. Oh my goodness. He can do it all, from computers to phones to apps to streaming to all sorts of social media. And we are fortunate to have him right here in Huntsville, Alabama. I didn't have to go far. Listen, folks, there's stuff right underneath your nose, and you don't want to miss it. I'm just so fortunate to have Kurt Nugent on the team, brand new to the team. Listen, if you are on, let's give him a mic clap. Let's shout him out on. You can send him a message. All right, Kurt Nugent, sir, tell us who you are and what you do.
Oh man, I'm Kirk Nugent. Thank you so much, Don, for the introduction. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to serve and to be able to set this up. I work for my company's Composition LLC, and we do two things. We help businesses, entrepreneurs, and leaders deal with two issues. That is credibility and authority. If you want to be able to be seen as the credible option, the credible choice, and establish your authority in a given space, you're going to need to have a website that serves as another member of your team, but you're also going to need to have a live video presence. You want to leverage live video marketing to be able to grow and engage an audience, to funnel clients to your business and establish yourself as a thought leader. And so that's what we do. Composition LLC is the name of the company. And I'm excited to be able to work with Don at the P.I.L.L method, somebody that we know and trust. My wife did do his website, small plug. Thank you so much, Don, for having me and bringing me on. I'm excited for this and for how it's working already.
Well, listen, this is an amazing opportunity here, Kurt. Listen, you guys, for some of you who have actually noticed us on Zoom, we were doing Zoom for a few months and it worked out well. And I've gotten so many compliments on our studio and how it was set up. Kurt actually set up the studio from soup to nuts. Okay, soup to nuts. I said, Kurt, listen, I want a studio just like yours. And he said, well, Don, I don't know if you want a studio. Listen, man, I said, you give me the list. All right. And said, listen, Kurt, you know, and I know you get a lot. You get a lot of people who are asking you to do stuff that never follow through.
This is true. This is true. Okay. This is true. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
So when I said I want a studio just like yours, and I said, send me the list of everything I'm going to need.
That's right.
And he got every single thing off that list. He
Trust me. And I was blown away, Kenyatta. He bought everything on that list.
And actually he's a celebrity as well, because I met him, your right-hand man now, at Leap Into Live. It's a small world.
It is a small
I found
world.
out about your tech guy at a conference, Leap Into Live.
Leap Into Live for Ecamm. Yeah, and I'm doing some work with them right now as well. Thank you so much. Tiffany, it is, right?
Huge fan. Yes, Tiffany, the Y CEO.
The Y
so
CEO.
Nice to talk to you.
So nice to talk to you as well.
A celebrity.
Listen. Oh,
just like Jared.
All right, Tiffany.
Yeah. So speaking about leaping in, I would love to leap into the content, Don, so that the folks on this stream can know why you are so amazing.
All
So,
right. Go ahead. We've got an illustration all loaded up. So we're going to go to um, uh, Kurt, put it up on the screen, and there we go. All right, folks. Here's what we're talking about. If you are a buy and hold investor, this is something that you want to know. All right. This is what I hear a couple of things. And I said, and when they're hearing me talk about cutting interest costs, buy and hold investors go immediately to paying down the loan. And they come right back and say, why would I pay off a mortgage when I have my tenants making the payments for me? Not only that, but Don, I want to keep that money. I want to keep that money working so that I can buy more property. Why would I use that money that I need to buy property to pay down a loan that I've negotiated a pretty good interest rate for? And the whole business, my whole business is cash flowing. I'm making money. What are you talking about? I said, well, listen, here's what I'm talking about. If you did not notice, all right, here is a property, a building at 5.25%. And I'm not going to tell you how many doors it is. I'm just going to tell you that it's making a ton of money for this particular investor. Okay. And I pointed out, I said, now you've been in this loan for 29 months. All right. And you're making money, correct? And he said, correct. Did you realize that you paid this loan down by $23,000? This is your potential equity, $23,700.87. Did you realize in 29 months, that's just over 2 years, you paid out $83,000 in interest to acquire $23,000 in potential equity? He said, no, I didn't realize that. I was, we were focused on everything else it takes to know that this property is going to be profitable. We did not look at how much we were spending in interest like that. And I said, it is important for buy and hold investors to focus on their interest consumption. All right. So let me put it to you this way. If you have a building, all right, you have a building that is inefficient when it comes to energy, all right, and especially if you're the one paying the bill for the electricity or for the heat, and your building is energy inefficient, you're going to do everything you can to make it more efficient so you're not spending extra money you don't need to spend on electricity, on heat, on whatever it is that you're doing that you are responsible for, so that you can save that money. So when you receive your rent money, how much of that money is yours, Mr. or Mrs. Investor? And the answer is all of it. When you receive your rent, all of that money is yours. Now, let's focus on how much of it you can keep. So a couple of things. My buy and hold investors who are focusing on making their buildings more energy efficient, they're saying, I'm saving X amount of dollars per year because I'm no longer spending that money. All right. I'm wasting my money. I'm not heating the outdoors. I'm not cooling the outdoors because we are energy efficient now. When it comes to taxes, and listen, it's that time of year. We are making money, and now it's time to pay taxes on that money. So you are getting the best people on board to make sure you are paying legally the least amount of tax that you possibly can, so that the money you make, more of it you can retain. Correct? All right. So did you realize, folks, you're going to pay far more interest, many times more interest than the money you would ever spend on heating and cooling a building or on taxes? You're going to spend more money on interest than you'll ever spend on taxes. And guess what? We do not have a plan to cut interest cost. We don't. Well, time out for that. Let's get into this thing a little bit, and I can show you what we're doing here. So now, it costs $83,000 in interest to get this $23,000 in potential equity by paying down the loan in 5 years, when at the 60-month level. All right, and he was fully prepared not to do a doggone thing about interest costs. He's just going to make the minimum payment every single month because that's what we're taught to do. And after 60 months, he would have paid this building down by $52,584.15, but it would have cost $169,000 in interest to do it. Wow. So here's what we're talking about, folks. This is a total of $107,000 paid out. This is rents received and $107,000 of it paid out, and he's still making a lot of money. Still making money, still cash flowing after paying out $107,000, but only $23,000 of it went to pay down the loan. There's something wrong with this picture. How in the world did we get to this point where we are ignoring this kind of money? So let me show you what's going on here. By the time I met this investor, I let the investor know that from this day forward, the bank wants you to pay an additional $672,000 in interest on this building. Is that how you want to spend your money? Now, I'm not going to use the words he used. I'm just going to say he said no. So here we go, folks. So here's what we did. Here's what we're doing for this investor. All right. For all of his, so he's not just has the mortgages, but he has other loans. And everything involved here, it's going to take him 32.7 years to pay all of this off. The $706,000 that he owes right now is going to, the bank wants to charge him $672,394. Listen, folks, this is a 90% loan all day. When you take a look at how much you borrowed and how much you have to pay back in interest, that's almost as much as he's borrowed. Why would anybody think that this would be okay, even if they're making money? All right. So here's what we're talking about. Would you rather find out how you can pay only $208,000 to pay off the $706,000 that you owe, and do it in 9.5 years, and then take the interest savings and turn it into $2.5 million? Because I'm telling you, if the bank gets that extra interest money, they're going to invest it. If you don't have to pay it, you can now invest it. So listen, I don't know what's going on Clubhouse right about now. I don't know what's going on as we're live streaming this thing. Listen, folks, now is the time to come up and ask questions about this. And Jared, I'm going to go in deeper into how we are able to accomplish this in a new presentation. I got another screen set up just for that. So, Jared, back to you.
All right, Don. So just to confirm, would you like to go with a question on the stage, or would you like to jump into the example that you wanted to show?
Well, listen, let's go with the example on the stage. We can always come back to that, sir.
All right. So, Jess, thank you so much for raising your hand. Before you let us know what your question is, I just want to remind everybody in Clubhouse that you're in the P.I.L.L Method Club. We'd love for you to click that greenhouse at the top, follow the club, also follow Don, click that follow button, and click the always on notification. So when he hops on stage, you are alerted, and also check out all these amazing moderators as well. So Jess, thank you so much for coming on the stage. Please let us know what your question is.
Okay, so I actually woke up and jumped in the room because I seen how to pay off your mortgage in 7 years. I'm actually on track for paying off my mortgage in 7 years. I definitely work on the Dave Ramsey method when it comes to the idea of snowballing debt. But my question is, I've only been in my house 5 years. I only owe $164,000 on it. It's probably worth right now $240,000. I have been paying PMI and currently still paying PMI, even after 5 years, and even having at least over almost $40,000 in equity. I'm trying to really figure out, should I just refinance to get rid of my PMI? And that's kind of like my question, because ideally I'll be completely debt free during my Dave Ramsey method 2027, which
Okay.
means I would have paid actually 15 years already in my home versus doing a completing the full 30 years. My mother is just saying I should refinance, and then still refinance at 15 years just to possibly get rid of PMI. And I'm just trying to say, is that really worth it when I'm already destined to pay it off in like the next 5 years anyway?
Well, listen, that is a very, very good question. Can I ask you another question about the system that you're already using
Yes,
to pay off the debt? So you have a certain amount of money that you're paying on principal?
yes.
And so here's my question about that, because I'm not asking you to give out all your business on air.
No, you fine.
Okay.
I honestly don't mind.
All right, good. So here's what we're talking about. If you pay extra on your loan, all right, you know that you're saving time and you're saving interest, correct?
Yes,
All right. Do you know how much interest you're saving when you make one extra payment? Just one. When you make one extra payment, do you have any idea how much interest you're saving?
I haven't calculated that part.
All
I
right.
have a 3.5% though.
Here's my next question. All right. Has the bank ever sent you a receipt saying, "Thank you very much for this extra payment. Here's how much interest you saved"?
Mm-mm.
Mm,
M&T Bank did not send that.
no, you know what? And no bank does. And here's what I'm talking about. When as an investor, whenever you buy something, you know what you just bought. When you spend your money, you know what you bought in every single application except one. When we give it to the bank, we have no idea how much we're saving, and that can be a problem. So in using the debt snowball method, it is possible to pay no, it's not possible. You will pay that loan off sooner. But if you're not strategic in applying the right amount of money in the right month, on the right day of the month, did you know that you can pay somewhere between $20,000 to $70,000 more in interest than you needed to pay, even though you pay it off quicker?
Mm.
Mm. So here's why we pay off loans. Let's go back a little bit and answer a few more questions. So when you are if your loans were 0% interest, let's say your mortgage was 0% interest for the entire time, is there any benefit financially to pay the loan off early?
It wouldn't be a need because you're not paying interest.
Exactly. So why are we focused on, and every program out there, why is it all focused on paying down the principal and not focused on the real problem, saving interest? Why is that? When the interest is the problem, correct?
Yeah, the interest is the problem.
So the best loan out there would be a 0% interest mortgage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's like non-existent.
Exactly. So the next best loan would be what? The mortgage where you pay the least amount of interest that's mathematically possible. That has to be the next progression, correct?
Yes.
All right. So if we're doing something, let's find out how we can get the best loan possible for ourselves. Since we can't get that 0% interest loan, let's find the loan where we can save the maximum amount of interest and not excuse me, and not upset our apple cart. Meaning you don't have to sacrifice lifestyle. You don't have to refinance. You don't have to do all of these things. You can just pay the least amount of interest possible and get out of debt sooner, or put yourself in a position to cash out, refi years sooner, take that cash, and then build a larger portfolio. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Are you watching us? Go ahead.
Hey Don, I'm just curious.
Yes.
How long have you been on the program or the method that you're already using? How long has it been?
I actually just found out this method and went to a class about it this August. So since August, I've been able to pay off a car, pay off all my credit card debt, and now I'm working on my second car, student loans, and house all at the same time.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification, Kenyatta. That happens to be a very, very good question. Now, you said you're paying off this other debt first, right?
Yes, I do have a $50,000 BMW truck that I probably should not have bought, but I bought it anyway.
Well, listen, do you like the truck?
I love the truck.
Then buy that truck. Then buy that truck.
I'm in debt again with this truck. So.
Well, listen, debt is not a problem. You see, that's the whole problem with this. We've been taught that debt is a problem. No, debt is not a problem. Do you know how I know debt is not a problem?
How?
Because success leaves footprints. So if you want to be successful in anything, you find those people or entities that have been successful and follow their game plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've read books on successful people or successful businesses before.
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't know where you live, but what are the largest buildings downtown? Largest buildings downtown are which buildings?
I'm in Atlanta, so you have the one that I know you can see with the bright light that's always in pictures is that Bank of America building.
Oh, the Bank of America building.
It is
largest building downtown.
It is.
All right. This is what we're talking about, folks. So here, did you realize that the Bank of America banks are the largest borrowers in town?
Oh yeah, I know that.
So they hold more debt than anybody. So whose money are they borrowing?
Ours.
Oh, and then what do they do with that money?
Make money off of it.
Oh, and how do they make a lot of money or a little bit of money off of it?
A ton.
And then what do they pay for the use of our money?
Nothing.
At
least not that I don't think they pay absolutely nothing.
Okay. So what if we could switch, we can flip the script. What if we could borrow their money at a much lower interest cost, pay them pennies on the dollar for that money, but make big money with that money? Would that be following their script?
Yeah, I need to learn that.
Yes, that's what we're talking about, sister. We're talking about learning their program. All right. So are you watching us live right now?
I am. I was doing both.
Okay.
It's a little bit behind with the YouTube.
All right. So here's what we're talking about, folks. So if you give me the original loan that you had on the mortgage here, and I want to show you something that is very interesting when it comes to the debt snowball. Okay.
So my original loan was 2016. I purchased this home at 187,000, even with 3.5 interest.
Okay, 187,000. All right. And it was what interest rate?
3.5%.
3.5. All right. So at the time, that was a very good interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
2016.
All right, 2016. Now listen, that's a very good interest rate. But here's when you sign this mortgage. Look at here. Here's the summary on that. Okay. The bank wanted you to pay $115,295.60 in interest on that loan.
Okay.
Is that 3.5% of this number?
No.
No, it's not. It's actually 60. Look over here. It's actually 61.655% of that number. So already we're being misled, aren't we?
Okay. Yeah.
So here's what I'm talking about, folks. I am not anti-bank. I love the bank. I've got 4 mortgages, but one of them I'm actually paying off in December. Then I have 3, but so I've got to go back out and get some more property. Okay. So here's what we're talking about. We're talking about trying to figure out how much interest we are consuming each month and look at the interest cost that we are taught to ignore. We look at interest rate and stop, but we don't look at interest cost to do something about that. Now, you're paying off other loans. All right.
I am.
All right. And so let me take a look at something else while we're doing that. I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to talk about why the debt snowball works, but it is highly inefficient. Okay. Now, your truck that you bought, you love that truck. All right.
Yes.
How much would you love that truck if it got 5 miles per gallon?
I would love it. I mean, it probably would because I currently drive both cars. I travel as a nurse, so I would travel with the other car versus my truck.
Right. But your truck, okay, your truck is getting high 20s miles per gallon. But would you love it if it only got 5 miles per gallon and you had to fill it up every day?
Yeah.
Would you still love it?
No.
No.
I wouldn't love it.
You wouldn't love it because it's too inefficient.
Yeah.
All right. So you want something that's more efficient, correct?
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at one of these other loans that you have that you paid off. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Give me either a loan or a credit card or something, because what we're taught is to pay off these smaller loans and then
First.
use that money to roll into larger loans. So just give me something to work with here, and I want to show you an example. Okay.
So I have I'm just gonna give you all of it. I don't mind.
Okay.
The other one would be the $30,000. It's $30,110 in student loan.
Okay.
That's all
30,000.
I have.
Okay. 30,000.
So for everybody listening, we love student loans over here. We call it student loan larceny, and we have a whole example on it. So please keep coming back, and we will eventually get to the example of student loans.
All right. So listen, we're going to be talking about that. Listen, folks, get on here right now. Go to listen, just search P.I.L.L method on your favorite on your favorite social media app, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is, or go to the 10K card right above our heads, ice10k.com, and click that link, and you'll see everywhere we are streaming. We're streaming live right now on YouTube, on Twitter, on I've got 2 Facebook pages, and we're on LinkedIn. So listen, folks, I want you to see this. So, ma'am, we've got about $30,000 in student loans, correct?
Yes.
And what is the interest rate?
Oh, it's like total maybe about 4. No, I'd say they're at 3%.
Okay.
And it just because it's different loans.
Right.
So you got
let's average it out at 5%. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
and how much are you paying per month on this? Do you have an idea?
Right now, my minimum is only like $300.
$300. Okay. So now, if we take that, I'm going to show you now that it would take 130 months to pay that off. Okay. And so your interest cost on that right now is $125 a month.
Okay.
This is the interest cost on this loan. All right. $8,915. Now, nobody wants to pay an extra almost $9,000 on anything, do they?
No.
No, they do not. But obviously, this loan would be easier to pay off faster than the other loan, correct?
Yes.
But let me ask you something. If you've got all of your money going if you're going to, you're paying a little bit extra on this loan, all right? And your interest cost right now starting at $125. So when you start paying off this loan faster, you start saving these interest costs over here. Do you see this where I am?
I'm looking at it now.
Okay. You start saving these interest costs over here. $125, $100.
Yep.
Okay. You start saving those. Okay. While you're focused on that loan, where you're saving this, are you all right with paying these every month on your mortgage while you're only saving $100 on the other one? Are you okay with that?
No.
How does the debt snowball look to you now?
It doesn't look that good, but
All right. Now tell me, can you give me an idea of how much extra you're paying on your loans to help pay them off faster?
I make about 91 a month. So just to not feel like I'm paying too much.
Yeah.
I pay an extra $1,500 to $2,000.
$1,500 to $2,000. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me show you something, and then I'll show you how we come to this. Okay. Because this is the first time you've been in the room. And I want you to know we appreciate you. We appreciate you doing this because so many people are learning from this example right now. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So $1,500. Do you see this is cumulative principal here? Okay?
Okay.
$1,500 applied to this loan, all right, is amazing, because it knocks off about 9 payments. Look at that. Do you see that?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
And it saves you about how much interest?
Yeah.
It saves you over $1,000 in interest, which that's nothing to sneeze at, correct? That's good.
Yeah.
That's good money.
That's good.
But on your mortgage, $1,500 put on the mortgage knocks off 5 months, and how much interest?
Don, she's got a bit of a delay on her side,
right?
So you're gonna have to say those numbers for her.
All right. So we've got $1,480.70 that we could apply, and it's going to save us $2,718.48 in interest. You see that?
Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have $1,500 to place on a loan, which one would be better?
It would actually be the mortgage.
And why is that?
Because I save more in interest.
And when we save more in interest, we actually get out of debt faster, don't we?
Faster, yes.
Because the more interest we pay keeps us in debt what? Longer. So we want to have
we actually get out of debt faster, don't we?
So
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So we want something, a program that focuses on interest savings, not how fast we can pay down principal, because principal never was the problem.
Gotcha.
All right. So would you like to know how you could save more interest? Let me go through this right now and show you how it all comes together, and use this loan as an example. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now I need you to, do you see where we have payment number 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I need you to call this out. On payment number 1, how much money goes to principal?
$294.29.
And how much goes to interest?
$545.42.
Wow. How fair? How unfair is that?
That's some crap.
So you got to pay $545 on a great interest rate that you received just to pay your loan down by $294. Let's call that January. Okay. So if we make this payment in January, we don't owe anything until February, correct?
Mm-mm.
All right. So February's. So if I gave you this schedule, you could see February's principal payment, can't you?
Yeah. That's how even my loan, when I first actually bought it, that's almost exactly how it looks.
Okay.
Trying to little template. Yeah.
All right, good. So here's what we're talking about. So February's principal payment is how much?
$295.15.
Based on what you know to be true, do you have to wait till February to give the bank $295.15?
You don't.
If you had it, could you give it to them in January?
Yeah.
If you did, you would be paid down to line 2 in January, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're paid down to line 2, where you owe $186,410.56, if you're paid down to there in January, then your next mortgage payment for February is on what line of the schedule?
It'll be number 3.
Exactly, where you're paying $296.01 and $543.70. So you're compressing your amortization schedule for only $295. You just knocked out one payment just with $295. How do you feel about that?
That's actually cool.
And then what happened to the $544.56 in interest on line 2? What happened to that?
It disappeared, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is absolutely crazy. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh, wow.
So if I'm putting money on debt, what we want to do is make our money more efficient. You don't want your brand new truck that you love getting 5 miles a gallon. You want to get it high 20s, like it's supposed to. When you pay your money, what
do you say about lazy money? This is a good time to talk about lazy money and making babies.
Exactly. So what you want to do is have your money make babies. All right, make a lot of babies. So we want your money being able to get you the biggest bang for your buck. When you apply money to principal and you don't know how much you're saving, then it feels like anything you do to get out of debt is as good as any other thing you can do to get out of debt. Okay, one more time. You feel
Can we scroll down to where it says 160? Like, so past the I'm just curious now, so because I'm looking at this screen and I don't want to like run rush the show, but I'm so glad I jumped on here too. Because I've been in this house now 5 years, so that'll be the 60-month mark.
Yes.
So I kind of just want to, if you scroll, I don't know if you can, if it's already like calculated all the way out, but I kind of want to see what it says my principal and interest would be now that because honestly, I already done paid that. I gave the bank all the extra money.
Oh, yep.
So
and how much? Where are you down to now? How much do you owe?
164.
164. Now, here's where we are now, about $164,000. If you were just making minimum payments, all right, I'm down there now. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So you're right around in here. You're where you would be about 70 payments in. If you were just making minimum payments, you would have paid this loan down by $22,817.41, but it will cost you $35,000, almost $36,000 in interest to get there.
Darn.
That's where you be. Now, anytime you're paying extra, you're still, if you're not careful, you're still in this ballpark. You still paid a lot more interest than you needed to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're focusing on other loans right now, and not figuring into when can I pay this loan off? When can I take that debt, take that money, and what debt should I apply it to next? Here's what we've been told. Do something easy. Just take the money and apply it to the next debt. Get a win, feel good about it. But do you know what I ask in my book? The question I ask in my book is, how much do you want to pay for your good feelings? Meaning, how much extra interest do you want to pay just to knock off this little debt, which has a very low interest cost, but it might have a high interest rate? And that's what we're focused on. But where we should be focused is the interest cost on these loans. And what is the best way to save all of this interest? That's where we want to be. Now, are you familiar with the Waze app?
Is that the navigation app?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard of it. I don't use it, but I heard of it.
All right. Well, that's the one I use when I come to Atlanta. You know why? Because I live in Huntsville. It's only 3.5 hours away. And you know why I use the Waze app when I come to Atlanta? because it's it's crowdsourced, meaning the crowd actually inputs data into the app and it's instantly updated so that I can get around the traffic jams that are inevitable in Atlanta. It tells me where the traffic jams are and it routes me around the traffic jams so that I can get to my destination. I might have to go a few miles out of my way, but I'm not sitting in traffic for a half hour. That's why I use the Waze app. We have a program that's like a Waze app for your money to tell you the best thing to do, how much money to move, what month to move it in, what day of the month to move it on, to make sure that you're saving the absolute most in interest that's mathematically possible. Would you want something like that?
Yeah, I need that.
Well, listen, you can go to ice10k.com. That stands for Interest Cancellation Expert, or the link right above our heads here, ice10k.com. And then there's a button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. And you can know by putting all of your information in, you can know the month and year you're going to be debt free and how much interest you can save with the funds that you're using now. And we're going to give you a whole new roadmap to debt freedom and interest savings. And we're going to tell you how to use that interest that you just saved and invest it and turn it into generational wealth. And like my friend Kenyatta was telling you, all that money you're saving, we won't let it be lazy. We're going to show you how to make generational wealth with that money. How's that sound?
That sounds good. I need it.
Listen, I want to thank you for bringing that question to the stage. All right?
Thank you, guys.
You're so welcome. Jared.
You already know you caught me clipping.
Yes.
It's okay.
Listen,
okay.
Listen, man. Listen, if you're clipping, listen, if you don't come on right away, Jared, go ahead and finish up what you know. I know what you're doing. You're sending those clips over. Listen, folks, this thing is awesome. We're on Clubhouse right now, and we can take these little clips and then load them up so that other people can hear like 30 seconds worth of truth and then be led back to Clubhouse or back to Instagram or back to our Twitter, back to this whole thing is going to be replayed on your app, on your Facebook, and on YouTube. It's going to be out there forever. This information is out there to help you. And everything that she was taught to do, she was doing. Everything that was what we call best business practices. Best business practices we were taught to do. But those best business practices cause us to pay way more money than we need to. They're as inefficient as her new truck getting 5 miles a gallon. We don't want to spend our money like that. We want to we're going to show you how to make your money get 100 miles a gallon up in here. That's what we're all about. All right, Jared?
All right. So, Don, you actually put together a book that outlines how you get to that 100 miles a gallon. Would love for you to tell people on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc., how they can get this book.
Listen, how you can get the book, you see ice10k.com above your head. And for those of you that are streaming audio.
Oh, no, Don. No, you can't do it like that.
I can't do it like that?
First of all, Dan, congratulations on the streaming. How is it going?
Listen, man, 10K, it is going fantastic.
We got 32 people on the screen right now.
The energy that's coming out of your voice, Don, is like when the kids see candy for the first time. I'm freaking loving this. I'm in the background saying, what candy is Don eating right now? Is it Snickers? Is it Twix? Don, what is it you're eating right now? Tell us what Snicker bar you're eating right now.
Oh, listen, man. The candy that I'm eating right now is Interest Cancellation. So because I'm so pumped to give this information out.
So, Don, we're in New Orleans, as you know, and it's an hour behind. So last night, because of all the interest you helped me save in my goddamn life, I can take my wife on a vacation and really relax and enjoy the seminar. So Just woke up to the Samuel Costin. Guys, I just want to welcome you to the Pill Method, where Don Daniels not only show you how to save on interest, but by using those money correctly, you can increase the value in your life, guys. Increase the quality and the assets of the life that you and your family can live. So if you're in this room and you know someone else that can benefit from the information, now that it's being streamed across all platforms, feel free to share the links. Feel free to share the information. Pull people on Clubhouse so they can ask questions. Most importantly, if something resonates with you, definitely take action on it. With regards to 10K cards and how we fit into this conversation, it's super simple. Every time someone purchases a book from Amazon, you purchase the book, you get yourself educated on the product, educated on what the interest cancellation is all about, and most importantly, Don already covered the cost for one of the promo cards for you. So you can have a promo card just as pinned as in at the top of the roof. So you can now be able to share your business, your passion, your joy, your career with others who you can make connections with. So if you don't already have a 10K card, guys, click the link above. Click on step one, the top left, get a copy of Don's book. Then take a screenshot of your receipt, click on the top right button. I'm ready. Submit your receipt and get you a 10K card, guys. This is life changing. I'm at a seminar here in New Orleans, and everyone in the room, oh my God, Kenya is freaking awesome, Don. Kenyatta acts as though if you don't have a 10K card, you are not vaccinated. Don't get close to me. I don't trust you to have a 10K card. So, guys, get your 10K card if you don't already have one. Get a copy of Don's book. It is a freaking fabulous product. And you're buying a book from an author who's full of integrity. So, pen to paper, that's like the word of God going on to paper to help others out there. This is Sean Lashley, the founder and CEO of 10K Cards. I approve that message. Don, back to you.
Listen, folks, the book that we're talking about, there's 33 million titles on 33 million titles on Amazon right now. There's only one book that's giving you the information that you're getting here. One. If you're looking for a book that helps you to understand amortization schedules and how to defeat them, there's only one, and this is it out of 33 million titles. And not only will you get that, you will get the 10K card to go along with it. Folks, if you are streaming right now, if you are watching us live on this stream, please ping your people in, invite them in, share this with others so that they can get it. Listen, I want you guys to burn up your share buttons right now, sharing this content to get people in here so that they can see it. So, Jared, we want to get these people in before the next example. Do we have another question
Hey
somewhere?
Don, we do have one question on YouTube. I am Mullins. Just ask very quickly, how can I get a private consultation? I live in Huntsville.
All right, that's great. So here's what you're going to do. Do you see the scroll going across the screen? How to get a savings report? All right, go ahead and change. We need to change that to just get a savings report. We need to change the crawl. Okay. All right. So here's how you get a savings report. All right. You go to ice10k.com. All right. And when you click on that, you will see how to get a savings and earnings report. Put in your financial information there, following all of the instructions. And what I mean by following all the instructions is this. We're trying to keep all the robots out. So you're going to have to confirm your cell phone number. Put the cell phone number in with the information in there. Click on confirm, and we will send you a text. Once you receive the text, that's the code. Put the code in, and that will let you into the form. Put your information, financial information into the form. Somebody from my staff will then give you a call, confirm the numbers, and then set up the consultation. It is that easy. In fact, you can do it over, you can meet us over Zoom or virtually, or you can come into the office at 103 Spinrin Drive in Madison, Alabama. We'd love to talk to you there. All right. I hope that answers that question. Are there any more questions anywhere else?
Yes, Don, we have a question on the stage. And before we go to that question, I just want to remind everybody that's new to the room on Clubhouse, this is the Pill Method Club. Would love for you to click that greenhouse at the top. follow the club. Also click on Don's profile, give him a follow. This is invaluable information. Next to the follow button, click that bell icon and click the always notification option so that if he hops on the stage, you'll be alerted to any new perspectives on the P.I.L.L method. And he's always in amazing real estate and finance rooms. Also would love for you to click on the faces of all the moderators, Kenyatta, Credit Goddess, the Y CEO, and 10K Cards. They also do amazing rooms, and they're amazing entrepreneurs, add a lot of value to their community. So if you have not been, if you're new to today's announcement, we are being simulcasted on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and I'm probably leaving one out. Which one am I leaving out? Is that all of them?
Twitch,
And
there Wisdom.
And Wisdom. So we're being streamed on so many platforms. So if you want to be able to see a visual of what Don is doing, go to your computer and type in ice10k.com. Go click the Clubhouse simulcast button. And then from there, choose whichever option you enjoy the most. And you'll be able to see Don's big pearly whites. And you'll also be able to see a live example of amortization schedules, calculations, and a visual of the discussion. If you do not have a computer in front of you and you're on Clubhouse, feel free to click the link above, click Clubhouse Simulcast, and choose the option you like the most. There's a delay if you're on the phone, so you can either click out of Clubhouse or you can, whichever way you want to do. Either way, as long as you're getting this example, as long as you're getting this information, that's all that matters. So with that being said, I want to pass it to Q-Bell so she can ask her question.
Hello, how are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain. I'm also from Alabama. I live in Mobile.
Okay.
And I'm just getting stable in my life, and I have my own business.
Mm.
I've never bought a house before. I'm in the process of buying a house. And I'm trying to see about you guys. Do you have consultations where you can like help me buy a house where I can understand, because I've never bought one before, and I'm just, I'm breaking generational curses, and I'm trying to instead of paying $1,400 a month in an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment, I want to spend that money in buying a house.
All right. And your name is pronounced here Q?
Yes.
All right, Q. Listen, if I help you and help you to do this, are you anywhere near the water down there in Mobile?
Yes, sir, I am actually.
So can we come visit if I help?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I got
Because we're only about 6 hours away.
Oh yeah, I know. I was gonna move to Huntsville at one point.
Well, listen, I definitely like coming to the beach. So yeah, listen, if I don't help anybody, I'm helping you.
Okay. I like that.
All right, number one. Okay, so we need to get you with understanding where you are financially, getting your credit score and everything like that together. But getting, there are people out there. Did you know that there are people out there that work very hard for you because they get paid when you get a house?
Yeah,
like the lender, like the real estate agent. So if you want to, now we have lenders on the stage. Listen, not only that, I got a real estate agent / lender / interest cancellation expert on the stage with us right now. Her name is Kenyatta. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm good. And as soon as you started talking, you said business. So I said to myself, Self, we have to connect with her because I want to show you your buying power. I want to show you what all your business can do. So yes, make sure that you connect with me. Kenyatta10k.com.
I sure will. Definitely. I definitely, because I need guidance because I don't know. I'm lost. So I was like, I've been following you guys for a minute, and I got your book. So I've been reading your book.
Oh, thank you for buying the book. I appreciate that. Listen, and if you don't mind sending us a go ahead and fill out a review that you think the book deserves. 5-star. Who said that?
Oh, I got you. No problem.
Who said that?
It's the best thing. And I have never bought a house before. And this right here, what you're teaching, I was like, oh wow, like wow, like I ain't trying to pay all the extra money. I'm trying to cut corners.
There you go, Q. That's what we're talking about. See, folks, listen. If you're listening out there, and if you're living in an apartment, if you want to transition into a loan, please don't disqualify yourself. Talk to somebody who's gets paid to help you. And I'm telling you, even if you're not ready to purchase, they will put you on the track and tell you exactly what you need to do to be able to purchase so that you can get there faster. This is what we're talking about, folks. If you want to know something, get a professional to help you. And and listen, I have relatives and I love my relatives, and some of them are quite knowledgeable about stuff. But I want to get an expert's opinion on when I can get a house and how best to pay for it. Okay. All right. Because here's what I know for sure. Okay. 9 out of 10 people will never pay off a mortgage. 9 out of 10 people will never pay off a mortgage. And so listen, I got to stop right here because on in the listening lounge, I have my my wife was in there, but I got my cousin Dorla. I want to shout out my cousin Dorla. My wife was in there. She left because she's
on the stage.
She's
now.
on the
I
stage.
just invited her.
Lord
yes,
have
I invited
mercy.
her to speak. Hello, Miss Patricia. I love you so much.
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes,
we can hear you.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for shouting me out. I just want to say good morning to everyone, and thank you for your support of my boo, Ice, the interest cancellation expert. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, honey. I appreciate it. All right, you guys are surprising me all the way around. Listen, we have such a great team here in Clubhouse. We have a great team that's helping us with the streaming. I'm telling you, this guy here, our production manager. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I want to drop something real quick, man.
Come on.
You got a comment here from South Africa. It says, "Thanks, Don. With this information he shared on the P.I.L.L managed I managed to pay off my house in 4 years and 7 months." So we got
that on the put that on the screen, man. Put that on the screen so people
we'll
can
put
see
that
that
right on the screen. There it is. There it is.
And
then right after that, Jeremiah is asking, what is this? What's the investment here? How much does this program cost? My assumption is he's going to need to start the process, right? He's going to need to start that process.
Right. Listen, let me tell you something here, and that is a very, very good question. I'm going to let's go to that question right now. I'm going to put something on the screen here, and we're going to cover that. All right. Right now, we're going to change screens. All right, and share this client example. All right. Now, we have people who have like $80,000 in student loans. All right. We got with maybe just a new car. And we have people who have several $1,000,000 in properties, commercial properties, and a lot of mortgages. So if we're focused on what it costs to save hundreds of thousands of dollars, we want to also be focused on what I'm receiving when I join this program. All right. So listen, here is an example here. All right. This person is going to save $89,000 in interest that they won't have to pay. And what our program works is we find out what it is that you need, what type of coaching you're going to need. Because see, there's a whole lot of things that are involved in this program. And so if you have a lot of mortgages, you're going to need a lot of help. If you have one mortgage, you're going to need a lot less help. So we have our programs, our software can be made up to fit anybody's financial situation. So for us to know how much it costs for us to help you, let me give you another example. My wife and I just had a deck put on our house. And so I wanted to know how much I was going to have to pay for the deck. And when I called somebody, he says, well, I don't know, Mr. Daniel, how much we that your deck is going to cost, because I haven't taken any measurements. I haven't seen the space. I can't accurately give you a price until I come out and do an assessment. Once I do the assessment, and I can then tell you how much your deck is going to cost. And we're the same way, folks. The kid with $80,000 in student loans and maybe a new car is not going to pay the same thing as somebody who has, $2 or $3 million in debt and 10 to 15 different mortgages. So we do an assessment. And when we do that assessment, then we can tell you what it costs. But here's the great thing. Here's what everybody loves. The program is paid out of the interest savings. So we're going to show you how to get your bank that's already overcharging to pay us a small percentage of this, and you get to keep the rest. So if you really want to know, you want to ask two questions, not just one. Not how much does it cost? Yeah, that's good. But also, what are my benefits going to be? And then you can compare
on,
the
Don, you
benefits.
missed one.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
You missed that it's lifetime.
Oh, it is a lifetime program. Exactly. You mean that you can use this thing over and over and over again, and mortgage after mortgage after mortgage? Oh my gosh. Did we also mention that if you are a buy and hold investor, if you're an investor, that your tax professional will tell you that it's possibly tax deductible. Now, I can't tell you definitively that it's tax deductible because I am not a tax professional and this is being recorded. But I can tell you that everyone who has been an investor and reported back what their tax professional has said, their tax professional has said that this is tax deductible. So not only is it tax deductible, but you save thousands of dollars in interest that you don't have to pay. And not only that, but we tell you how to turn that into generational wealth. So folks, ask two questions. What is my benefit? And then find out what the cost is, because when the cost outweighs the benefit, then there is no cost. There's only a net benefit. And that's how my friend Sean would explain it. All right. Anybody else out there? Any other questions?
Yeah. So, Q, just wanted to make sure. Did you get your question answered, or did you still not have a chance to ask it?
Yes, I did, and I'll be contacting Kenyatta, and also be contacting Mr. Daniel as well, because I definitely want to know. And I'm the type person, I would drive there to see exactly what I need to do. Like, so yes, definitely. You answered my question. Thank you.
Well, Q, listen, if you're going to drive to see us, because I already told you we're driving to see you when you get that house. I hope. Because listen, we need some place to go. That's close to the beach. Thank you so very much. All right, who's next?
All right, so Don, I'm gonna give you a chance to take a sip of water while Stephanie and Sawand, I would love for you to do a quick 30-second introduction to the audience, and then we're gonna jump into Victoria. So Stephanie.
Thank you, Jared, for bringing me up. Hey, Don. Hey, everyone. Credit Goddess, Sean. Hey, fam. My name's Stephanie. I'm a realtor in Long Beach, California, and I have a small team of realtors here, and I'm just here to show support to Don. Everything he talks about is just so much value, and enough about me. If you want to see more, follow me on Instagram, and that's it for now. I'll go on mute. Thanks.
Awesome. And if people want to connect with you that are streaming from YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, what website can they reach you at?
Thank you for asking. Steph10k.com, of course. I got that ready. So all my social media handles are on there. And I really enjoy sharing the process and the journey. A lot of what Dawn is sharing, we do the same on Instagram. So feel free to reach out there. Thanks, Jared.
Look at that, another 10K card in the building. So Juan, real quick introduction, and then we're gonna jump into Victoria.
Hey, great day, everybody. I love hearing these talks right here about paying off debt, because that's one thing that as growing up as kids in in Black family households, I know we didn't talk a lot about. So I appreciate coming into these kind of rooms with these kind of people talking about it. I actually paid off one of my rental properties that I purchased in 3 years using some of the same techniques that Mr. Daniel was talking about a week ago when I started listening to some of these. So Juan Belcher, this is me taking action on Instagram. That is an action word because I actively do it every single day, and I love how people pick up a rental property. So if you want to learn how to pick up your first 1, 2, 40, 100 units, hit your boy up, and Mr. Daniel can help you pay them off quickly. Because I really do love the things that he says, and I've used them before as well. So
awesome. So we got some amazing powerhouses on the stage. So definitely tap into the bios, read into everybody's professions and what they are skilled at. Everybody on the stage is just amazing rooms on Clubhouse and off of Clubhouse. So check out their 10K cards and tap in. All right, Victoria, thank you so much for your patience. Please let us know what your question is.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Don. I actually own a property, me and my husband, and we decided to put it for an Airbnb based on location. We live in New York, but our property is on the Hudson River. So we decided to do an Airbnb. My thing is, I heard about paying off mortgages in 7 years, but I'm wondering, because of the property value has went up significantly in the last 3 years, I'm wondering, is it a good thing to pay it off in 7 years or less, or if we should take that money and put it into a next property? What would be more beneficial?
Victoria, listen, my wife is from New York. She's from the Bronx. Where have you lived in New York long?
Okay, I'm originally from New Jersey.
Okay.
But my husband just moved out here for a job opportunity. So we live on on the border of Queens. We're in Long Island, Mineola, if you know Mineola area.
Well, I know she does. Well, listen, let me tell you something. I love this app because of all the networking that goes on. And I'm not ashamed to say that, when I meet somebody and they've got an Airbnb, I'm looking for a place to stay when I come to New York. That's nice. I'm not ashamed. Listen, I'm not ashamed to put my 2 cents in. Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right. Let's see what we could do to help. Are you watching us? Are you watching us on screen right now too?
No, I'm on my phone. So
Okay.
it's my first time ever in this room.
Okay.
I saw it. So
listen, are you near a computer?
no, it'll be hard for me because
Okay.
I'm watching
All right. Here's
baby.
what you could do. We're going to, if you want to see the example, I can explain it to you as best I can. But if you want to see the example, you let me know, and we'll help you to see. But I've got
Hey Don, real quick,
yes,
just for everybody in the room.
Sure.
I just changed the link to the 10K card that has the P.I.L.L method simulcast.
Okay.
So if you just click the link above, you can choose whichever option that you'd like to watch the simulcast on, so you can see live the example. So Victoria, if you want, just click the link above, choose either the YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, whichever one you want, and you can watch it while talking to Don. All right, so go ahead.
All right, listen, here's what we're talking about, folks. I have a kind of that's from the East Coast. All right, can't tell you where exactly, but it's from the East. All right, and let me put that on the screen. It's a $700,000 property at 5.25%. All right, are you following me so far, Victoria?
I am trying to find the area to look at it while I'm talking to you.
So well, when you go there, it'll shut this off. You won't.
Okay, so I'm just gonna listen.
Yeah, you won't be able to be on both at the same time. All right, and then we would lose our interaction. But you can watch it later. In fact, this what's great about this. Not only can you replay it on Clubhouse, because we're recording it there too, you'll be able to replay it on your favorite app. Just Google P.I.L.L Method and find us on your favorite social media app, and we're going to be right there. And not only that, but you can fast forward it to your part. How do you like that?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Because we got your name right on the screen, so you'll be able to find it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Miss Victoria, here's what we're talking about. All right, so we've got a person here who has a $700,000 loan at 5.25%. All right, and so the bank wants them to pay $691,554.80 in interest. That's almost as much as he's borrowed. That makes it a 98% loan.
True. I get that part
Okay.
because I looked at my mortgage, my payment, and it's literally, I feel like it's just the interest.
All right.
But we just refinanced. So,
Okay, so here's what we're talking about.
Mhm.
So what he was telling me, he came to me with the same kind of question. Why should, how do we pay this? Should I pay off the mortgage? Should I take my money and use it for investing? And here's our advice. Never, ever, ever, ever use the money you've got earmarked for investing to pay down the mortgage. You follow?
okay. So, repeat. I got
Okay.
a little lost.
So you got a certain amount of money that you're getting from the rents, correct?
Yes,
That-
that money is basically going towards the mortgage.
Okay, so
I don't have to.
all right, so if you have any, if you're cash flowing over and above the mortgage, you want to
Above,
use, you want to use some of that money to invest in other properties, correct?
Well, it not so like my question was more so of like we can use it to invest in other properties, but like for example, like so it's it's so interesting. Like I said, the area, like it keeps on raising.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm thinking like if we profited 100,000 in 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and if we want to buy, because right now we don't have like we didn't decide to go into, I call it our forever home, but not
Yes.
really forever, right?
Right.
But I'm wondering if I should take that, if I should sell that,
Mm-hmm.
and then move those funds into a house that that we're going to be living in, right?
Right.
So, and because I know it's we won't get taxed, right,
Mhm.
if we do that.
Okay.
If that's the best thing to do, or hold on to the property because it's kind of beneficial for us in a way for tax reasons, and
So
that's what my tax
well,
person said.
let me ask you something. In this day and time, do you think it's better to get rid of properties or to hold on to them?
Well, my husband doesn't want to get rid of it.
Exactly. Okay. So now here's what we want to do. We want to find out how we can make our money do multiple things, not just one thing. Okay. I like those gadgets that do several things, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how we can make our money do several things. Okay. It's just another gadget. It's just another tool. I like multi-tools. I don't want to spend money on one tool that just does one function when I could spend money on a multi-tool that does several functions. How about that? If I'm going to spend the money. So here's what we're talking about. So we've got and I'm going to be talking long term, not just short term. Okay. So what we want to figure out is how can we cash out refi? When is the best time to do that? To take out monies out of the current property. All right. And then look at, here's the thing. When I take out that cash, let me try to figure out where my properties are going to be. Let me find out what the minimum I can put down. And so with the money that I take out, how many properties can I buy with that minimum down payment? You following me?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So if I can take out $200,000 or $300,000, so figure out what the minimum down payment would be on some properties, and then it'll say, how can I divide up that money to buy as many doors as I possibly can? That's number one. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Number two is when I do that and I get mortgages on these properties, how can I grow the equity faster so that I can start that process all over again and take cash out of those and do the same thing? All right?
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I never really thought of that.
So we're using that same money over and over and over again to build, okay? To build your portfolio. So here's what I'm talking about. When you start at that level, you're going to be putting some money away in a reserve account so that you can make repairs on your properties. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So now this particular gentleman has over $60,000 in reserve to make repairs on his building, because he says, now here's a certain amount of my rent that comes in. I'm designating that certain amount to go into my reserve account. The majority of my money I'm using to reinvest to build more property, to build my portfolio, to buy more properties. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Okay, so here's where we are. All right. So I know you can't see this, and when you can play it back later. All right. So in the first year, the very first payment on this loan we're talking about is $700,000. $802.93 goes to principal. $3,062.50 goes to interest. $3,000 to interest, while $802.93 goes to principal. Do you know why this particular investor is not concerned?
Of course, he's making a lot of money.
Because you said what now?
Of course, he's making a lot of money.
He's making a lot of money. So since he's making a lot of money, he's not concerned about how much interest he's paying, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now, when I pointed out that after the first year, out of all the money he's paid, $9,870 went to pay down the loan, while $36,500 went to interest. I started to get his attention. Okay. So that's 40. Let's see, $46,000 paid out in the first year. So let me ask you, if I came to you and I said, Victoria, I want you to invest. I've got an investment for you, and you're going to invest $46,000 into this investment, and I guarantee you, by the time 1 year has passed, I will return to you out of your $46,000, $9,870.41. That's all you're going to get back. Would you want to invest?
Okay. If you're only going to get back 9,000 for the whole year.
Mm-hmm. No, you're only going to get $9,000 back out of your $46,000. The rest is gone.
Oh no.
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 That's what we're doing when we're investing in these properties. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so here's what we're talking about. So I asked him, since you have over $60,000 in this reserve account, all right, and it's making 0.1% over here, could you borrow $9,870 and pay it to your mortgage principal all at one time, and get to line 12 on your amortization schedule in just 1 month? Are you following me here? Okay, I can barely hear you. Okay, I can't hear you. For something, you're muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's so weird. I said sorry if it's taking me while I'm watching my newborn while I'm listening to you.
That's okay. That's okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right. So here's what we're talking about here. All right. So if we're going to pay that $9,800 and do it in monthly installments, we have to give the bank $36,000 in interest to do that. Or we could give the bank that $9,870.41 all at one time and do it in 1 month instead of over 12 months.
Okay.
And pay it down, pay a year's worth of mortgage principal in just 1 month. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when we do that, we save $33,000 in interest we don't have to pay.
Okay.
All right.
Which is good.
So, and then I asked him, how long is it going to take you with the kind of money you're making? How long is it going to take you to pay yourself back from the money you borrowed from yourself to put that back in your reserve account? He said about 4 months. Put that money back in about 4 months. The money that was just sitting there anyway, right? And I said, could you then do it again in 3 or 4 months? He said, yeah. I said, could you keep that process up until you get to maybe where you could take out $300,000 in about 5 to 7 years instead of 15 to 16 years, where you could cash out refi years sooner at a much lower interest cost using monies that were sitting in the bank making 1/10 of 1%. Are you following?
Yes, I am.
And that's what we're talking about. How to use monies to make it work for us that we're just sitting around, and we call it lazy money. It's sitting in the bank. It's waiting to do something, but it's just sitting there waiting. And it's not making you anything. But we feel good to have it. But if we can use that money to kill massive amounts of interest and grow our equity 5 times faster, wow, and keep our other monies ready to reinvest. Isn't that the best of both worlds, or 3 worlds, or 4 worlds? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so now what you're going to be able to see when you play this back is that when you prepay that, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can do it the bank's way, and every month give the bank over $3,000 in interest, or you can give them the $9,800 up front and move the loan from point A, line number 1, to line number 12 in 1 month, and not pay $36,000 to get it there, but only $3,062 to get the same equity. So keep that in mind as you grow to get to your $200,000 or $300,000 in equity. And if we do it the bank's way, to pay down this loan by $200,000, doing it the bank's way, they want like almost 14 years to do it, and they want $452,000 in interest. What if we could get there in 5 to 7 years and not pay them $452,000 in interest, but less than $100,000 in interest to get the same equity? Now you can
sounds better.
Now you can take that money, cash out refi, and now here's the thing. Keep in mind how much interest you save to get there. And then make sure you have a system in place that you're going to make sure that you use the money saved. We're going to show you how to do that and invest that money as well, because that's money you didn't have to spend to get to the same place. You were ready to spend, but you didn't have to spend. Now, be careful and invest that money as well. Now you're growing.
Good morning.
Now you're growing. Somebody, let's close it up. All right. So what we're doing is making sure that we're using all of our monies to the best of our ability, even the money you didn't have to spend. I want to thank you for bringing your question, Victoria. I hope that's been helpful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it has been helpful, because now it makes me look at the property a little bit different, because this is what me and my husband was discussing, trying to see what we're going to be going forward on that. So I thank you for breaking that down for me. I really appreciate it.
All right. So what we can also do is, if you go to ice10k.com, you can put all of your information that we just talked about into our data bank, and we will do a savings report for you, let you know the month, day, and year you could be debt free on this property, or the how you can grow your equity 5 times faster and get to the place where you can cash out refi. And we will guarantee that using this system, you will pay the least amount of interest that's mathematically possible. Just click on the link, get a savings and earnings report, and we'll do all the rest of the work for you.
Thank you. I'll definitely look on that.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Oh, listen, I'm looking at the clock here. Are you kidding me?
Time flies when you're adding value.
Wow. Are we done?
Don, your energy is so powerful. People are afraid to tell you anything right now.
My goodness. Sean, come on, man. We haven't talked about Clubhouse Live 3, the vibe or anything. Folks, Sean, can you tell us a little bit about that before we go?
All right, guys, let me put it this way. Clubhouse Live 3, which Don is one of the first official sponsor. And why did Don choose to become the first official sponsor? Is because you want to take what he's doing online to the real world for the audience. So if you guys are appreciating what you're getting here on Clubhouse and all the other platform, that's cool. That's one way to look at it. But when you go to the Clubhouse Live event, which is in January from the 5th to the 8th, I believe, you're going to get a chance to witness Don doing this in real time. Don reserved an entire breakout room, guys. And at this event sponsorship starts off at $100,000. Sorry. I'll say this again slowly because I want you to see the kind of investment that Don has made into his brand and into his community. The top tier investment for a sponsor starts at $100,000. Don custom tailors something to make sure he's going to be there on Friday to take his crew, to take his tribe, to take his audience, to take his team members, to take his people, to take his fans into a breakout room and answer every last questions that you have. Additionally, you also paid for a display table. So there will be a P.I.L.L method display table right throughout the event. Don, should I give them the secret about the NFC cards or you want to give it?
No, listen, man, that not only that, but you want to talk to them not just about the NFC card, but what they could get if they came in, if they got a certain ticket and who they'll be rubbing elbows with.
Oh, Don, you really pushing me there. You really push me to go there. Okay, now, Don, I'm going to go there. You double dare me. I'm going to go there.
Yes, sir.
Guys, so take a look at this. We all have one life to live. And we can all agree if you live this one life correctly, what will be good enough? So what does that mean in layman terms? Have the best experiences possible. So when we all get to the end of our lives and we're reflecting on what a beautiful life we have lived, we can be filled with gratitude rather than regrets. I want to say this again. We can be filled with gratitude rather than regrets. My thinking was small until I met movers and shakers. I wasn't thinking big enough until I met the people that would challenge me to start thinking of having an impact on 8 billion people. You see, one of the ways that can happen is to get in proximity of power, guys. And at the event, Grant Cardone is going to be one of the guest speakers. I'll say it again slowly. Grant Cardone is one of the guest speakers at the event. And when Grant Cardone appears at Clubhouse Live, and you get a chance to be in the room and ask any questions that you have of him, you'll be amazed to see how much clarity you're going to get and how much sense and perspective you're going to achieve from that one event. So if anyone is considering, can I make it to the Clubhouse Live? How can you afford not to? If anyone is considering, am I going to go? Why would you do your family dirty? Why would you do your family wrong and not going for maximum potential? So I'm here to tell anyone in the room who's considering going to the Clubhouse Live event, which in the link is at the top of the bio. Do it not only for yourself, do it for your family, do it to raise your income. Most importantly, do it to set an example of those who are following you. You know, the moment we heard about the event, me and my wife, Don and his wife, jumped on board and bought 2 of the elite VIP tickets. We went for the best of the best tickets because we wanted to be a part of the boat ride. We want to be on the yacht, taking the cruise. We want to be riding jet skis. We want to go to the art museum. We want to go to the VIP dinners. Because if we're going to subject our time, which is non-refundable, to an event, you might as well give us the best. So what I would recommend to everyone here in the room, with the amount of money Don is going to help you save by restructuring your finances, take some of that money, click on the link above, or go to Clubhouse Live 3.0, sorry, clubhouselive3.com, clubhouselive3.com, Get a copy of the ticket down. When you get a copy of the ticket, choose enter 10K at checkout. Promo code 10K. When you enter promo code 10K at checkout, we have a special gift waiting for you when you get to the event. But only the members that use the 10K checkout will be getting the promo code, or the members of the Dawn community. So, guys, make a decision to not only push your life forward, but the generation that's coming after you. You are worth it. Your legacy is worth it. Most importantly, you're going to spend the money anyway. You might as well spend it on something quality. With that said, Don, back to you.
Wow, listen, we're going to put that as a banner across the bottom of the screen here, folks. If you want to go to the event, go to ice10k.com and click on the link that that has you that will take you to the information about Clubhouse Live 3 The Vibe. ice10k.com. Listen, Jared, what else do we have to before we close everything down for this our first live stream broadcast to all these different platforms?
All right. So first and foremost, I just want to remind everybody in the room, before you leave, make sure you click that greenhouse at the top and follow the club. If you know anybody that would get value from this room, which is basically every single person you know in your life with a mortgage, a student loan, or any sort of credit card debt, go ahead and add them as members to the club. And then also make sure that you click on Don's profile, click that follow button, click the always on notification if you're in Clubhouse, so that whenever he pops on stage, you'll be alerted to what he is doing on the app, spreading P.I.L.L method and generational wealth. Also, want to thank all the moderators for being on the stage: Kenyatta, Credit Goddess, YCEO, 10K Cards, Kirk, who is the person that is the man with the plan streaming that we're able to premiere today. Don's better half, Patricia, thank you for joining us. Farah, Chris, as well. Monroe, thank you so much for popping in. Make sure that you tap on every single person's profile. Give them a follow as well.
Jared, I'm sorry. Did you say Chris Monroe? As in Chris Monroe? Chris Monroe, you in the building?
What up, Sean? What up, everybody?
Chris, can you tell these people what they missed out here in New Orleans? All because Don couldn't come and it was Saturday and he chose to service.
I'm rapping.
Can you tell them?
I'm rapping.
And Kenyatta's over here too. Kurt, can you tell them? I want to hear from you, Kurt. Come on. Let's go, Chris.
What would you like to hear? How great it was in New Orleans, since I'm still here for another day or so, and I'm going to go see what's coming up. We're going to have that brunch in a little bit at 12 noon if you're still in town, Sean.
Let me know exactly where it's going to be. We're down there. Okay? It's going to be, is it in the same hotel?
I don't think so. It's right down the street. Something called, let's see here, something of Two Sisters. I'll back channel it to you.
Okay, back channel it right now. Also, guys, we're at an event here in New Orleans, as I mentioned. And if you're not taking action on the education that you're receiving, you're wasting time. Because on Clubhouse, we can only say so much. But when we meet in person, guys, and we make the interaction real, it will take your business, your life, your family to the next level. So with that said, Jared, look, I would like to keep hijacking the stage, but I can't. I have to control my energy. In fact, we have brunch for a couple minutes. Back to you, Jared.
Oh my goodness, since you did it, I have to do it too. I want to send a shout out to almost the 100 people who are on joining us in Wisdom. Thank you so much for being here. I want to send the love out to Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and my podcast. Guys, come on in. We streaming every which way. We're going to get y'all set free today. Back to you, Captain Don. I love it.
All right. Listen, folks, this thing is awesome. How much time do we have left, Jared?
It's up to you. You're the man. You're the man with the plan. So typically we go till 15 minutes more, but just let me know with your schedule.
All right. So here's what we're talking about, folks. We've got some. If I could get Kurt, can you go over? We've had some very interesting comments that have come in over the last few minutes. Do you see them, and can you talk to us about them?
Yeah. We definitely had some great comments come through. I think it's James. James Reed. Yes, James Reed says, "I love the program. The program already paid off one of my loans. 1 year, 2 months early, saving me $1,147.83 in interest. That is amazing. Thank you so much, James, for sharing that with us. Then we also had, I think it was Jeremiah. Jeremiah was just asking, how do I get in touch with Don? I got to get in touch with this guy. I got to get in touch with him. And so we shared with him the ICE 10K link, and he responded saying, thank you so much for sharing that link. And we're excited that you're going to be able to reach out to Don in that way. So definitely, we had some good comments and good feedback and information coming back and forth. People tagging others in the comments as well, and then obviously people just enjoying the information. Special thanks to those who came on stage in Clubhouse, asked their questions. Those questions really do enable Don and the entire team to really respond and show people practical examples of how they can deal with their debt.
All right. So listen, we had another comment from James Reed at 9:49. Do you see that? No,
Scroll
that's
back up.
the same one. Yeah. But
Is
yeah,
that the
back
one? Okay, yes,
at
yes, yes.
9:46. 9:46.
946. I may have missed that one. All right, here we go. 946. I made the investment. I had 17 years left on HSE mortgage, a loan before program. All my debt will be paid off, including credit cards, 2 bank loans, car payments in 4 years, 2 months. So we've got James is
Wow.
is our testimony today. So
Wow.
we're excited to be able to bring some of James's comments on screen. Thank you so much, James, for sharing this with everyone. The information is real, and you can see the practical example of the impact it's having on people's lives.
And James is coming to us. He's live streaming us on YouTube right about now.
That's
Folks,
correct.
this thing is awesome. Listen, we got RB, the realtor, in the house.
Oh, yes.
RB, how are you doing?
Hey Don, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Where are you in the world right now?
I am actually currently in Long Island. I'm about to head to one of my rental properties. I have some renovations being done. We're always trying to add value to properties so that we're able to get maximum profit from it. And actually, it's awesome. The time is really, really cool to have in this room right now because I have a lot of people that I'm going to be connecting with this evening. We're doing a first-time homebuyer seminar. And one of the things that's great about that is because we're trying to increase the representation within our communities for people of color that are having ownership and being stakeholders within their community. So to that end, myself and Rose and a couple of people are going to be speaking to a large group of people that are interested in purchasing their their home for the first time. So if anybody is interested in that, all you have to do is go to the link in my Instagram bio. But the reason why the timing is great is because we're trying to get people to get into home ownership because we really believe that they should have more say-so in what happens within their community. And you can't do that without ownership. But then once they get that ownership, they need to have the keys to how to make sure that they're not having to pay for things unnecessarily. And so the program that you have that's teaching people how to pay it down in 7 years allows both things to come together. One, have ownership, but then two, make sure that you're reducing your debt in a timely manner. So I saw that you were here, and I'm like, you know what? This is great because we have a lot of people that are looking to get property, but then once they get it, they need to know how to pay it down. And so with the P.I.L.L method, that's possible. So thanks for having this space, and just happy to be here with you and all of our other Facebook friends that we normally get in rooms together with.
RB, it's so great to have you here. I just want to ask you one other question. So if we can save our clients, for $400,000 in interest that they don't have to pay in interest, can you figure out a way that they can actually use that money to grow their portfolio?
Absolutely, and that's what we're about. And so, I am one of the things that I also do is I teach people how to produce a profitable property, right?
Yes.
We want to make sure that we're getting maximum cash flow from your property, and that's why I'm doing the value add actually to this investment property that I do have because I'm going to convert some of the unused space.
Oh, we lost her.
because once we are able to reduce that debt and get a couple of $100,000 from that debt knocked down, so that way you're able to use it, you can then invest in your next property, produce that cash flow, and then also make sure that you're able to use that cash flow to grow your portfolio more and more. Honestly, in about 4 years' time, I can show people how to go from one property to 10. And so that's one of the things I specialize with and that's one of the things that I've helped people to be able to do, even in a market that has a high price point, such as New York, which is the market that I'm located in. But I do help people do that even in markets outside of New York as well. But if you can do it in New York, where properties are $500,000 or better, then you can for sure do it in markets that have properties that are at a lower price point. So yes, yes, and yes. Buy one, pay it down, take that money. Let's get some more. Let's buy the block. Let's be the change that we need to be to provide quality housing and also to create generational wealth for our family.
RB, thank you so very much. Listen, we just want to have one more person say something before we get Jared to take us on home. We've got a brand new client on. I mean, brand new. Roberto. And Roberto, one of the things we're asked all the time is, what do we charge for what we do? And I don't want you to talk about what you paid, because that's your personal business. All right. But what I really would like for you to talk about is the value you received for what you paid, even now that you are brand new in the program. Are you glad you pulled the trigger to get started? And tell us about that.
Hey, Don. 100% glad that I invested in this program. It helped give my wife and I kind of peace of mind on the possibilities of canceling debt in a reasonable, more than reasonable amount of time, and then at the same time, creating generational wealth for our children. And so I'm like a gospel preacher for the P.I.L.L method with everybody I know. I'm sending texts all the time because at first it just sounded like something that was too good to be true.
What do you mean? So how much time did you have left on your debt when you came to us?
Probably I anticipated being a financial slave for the rest of my life, realistically speaking. But
and you're going to be out, and you're going to be out of debt and in how many years now?
So far it's down to about 4.7 years.
Wow.
And I think we could work on that to get it even less.
So you're down to 4.7, and you were at about what when you started?
I guess when I died, about age 99.
Wow. And so now there's some serious light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yes, it's very bright.
Okay, I'm not going to interrupt you anymore. Finish up what you're saying, sir.
No, I'm just glad that it was something that I could show to my wife, that she could be just as excited, because we've been talking for years about trying to get ourselves into some kind of budget, because it doesn't make sense to make money and then it just goes out the window every month. And so I thought it was like too good to be true, and just kept on listening just about every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then all of the testimonies kind of really started making me a believer. And then just went forward by faith, and now I'm just glad that I've gotten on board.
Thank you so much, Roberto, for coming on board, you and your wife. Thank you so very much for trusting in the process, trusting the P.I.L.L method, and it seems like your trust was well placed. Jared, I think it's time for us to, in the last couple of minutes here, we're going to end on time. If we could get some outros from our moderators. Oh my goodness, we have a stage full of talented people.
Yes, absolutely. And I actually want to shout out Mark Kibble. I've been chatting with him in the back channel. So,
what? Get him up here.
So if you're not familiar with Mark Kibble, he's part of the iconic gospel group Take Six. And I actually used to listen to them like every morning going to church and just going to school. So when he hit me up about the P.I.L.L method, or I saw he followed me, I followed him back. And he's actually going to sign up for the service. But Mark, man, nice to see you on the stage.
Oh man, thank you so much for bringing me up. I'm here to just co-sign. My brother Joey is the one that turned me on to this, and I know that it works. And I've been meaning to do this for a long time, so I'm glad you had this this show of what you're doing. So yeah, I'm going to join. You know, and I'm encouraging anybody that if you haven't done it already, do this because it's absolutely amazing. I already know it, and I haven't even done it yet. So I expect that I'll have some conversations with you guys, and let's get this thing rolling. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, Mark, thank you so much for coming to the stage. And I wish there was some kind of Grammy award for saving money because we're definitely going to take you there. Well, listen, I appreciate.
There is a Grammy award for that. I promise you. When I make another one from having more time to do what I need to do, then yeah, I'll give you all the credit.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much for coming on. And listen, there are Take Six is a group that we've been listening to for years. In fact, when I was in school, Take Six I was there when it was formed. So it was absolutely amazing to hear that close harmony. And when some people thought it would never go anywhere, and now look at them now, popular around the world. And I know it's not. Please don't think of it as bragging. But how many Grammys have you won so far, Mark?
Well, I have 9 on my shelf, and there are 2 others that are claimed as well because of projects that we've worked on. Take Six claims 10, and I have an extra one. So that's just blessings. It's just blessing to know that you're appreciated. That's all it is.
All right. Listen, thank you for showing up. We appreciate you so very much for coming to the stage. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. So before we go to moderator outros, I would just love for you to just remind the audience if they want to connect with you, just the same way that Mark is, how can they do so? And also, real quickly, let everybody know how they can purchase the book and share it with friends and family and what they will get out of it for doing so.
Listen, folks, out of 33 million titles on Amazon, there's only one book that talks about the things that you've learned today. One, The P.I.L.L Method, a better way to eliminate debt. And it is it's being sold in not only in the United States, but multiple countries. And it has gone to #1 on Amazon. So there's only one book that does that. So if you want to get a book that really is going to guide you to generational wealth, this is going to be the book that gets you started. Why is that? Because interest is our largest expense ever. Not your home, not taxes, but interest on the money you borrowed. So if you can cut your interest cost by 75%, now you can take that money that you would have spent and invest it into your families and grow generational wealth. Oh my gosh, it is the best thing ever. So go to ICE10K.com, ICE10K.com. It stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. Click on the link to get the book. And then when you get the book, follow the directions to upload your receipt and get a digital business card, a 10K card of your own. Miss Kenyatta, tell them how they can get their card, please.
Absolutely. So after you go ahead and purchase your book, you want to take a screenshot of your receipt and upload it to ice10k.com. Click that link that says I'm ready. Build out your card to your specifications. Let us know where you want to send the card, and voila, you'll get a 10K card valued at $100.
Thank you very much for that, Kenyatta. Listen, folks, right now you are in the P.I.L.L Method Club. And the room is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years, not just mortgages, but all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years. Why is that important? Because for 87 years, count them, 87 years, this information has been withheld from all of us. There is no class There's no class at any level of financial education that goes over how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it. Now it's here. Take advantage of it. Go to ice10k.com, click on that link that says get a savings and earnings report, and one of my staff will give you a call back, confirm the information, and then set you up with a consultation. You will know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free. But more than that, you'll be able to do it without refinancing, without changing your budget, and without sacrificing lifestyle. It is the only program on the planet that guarantees for a lifetime that you will save the most amount of interest that's mathematically possible. I'm here. We are all here to serve you. Thank you so very much for showing up. Jared, who else do we need to talk to before we shut it down for today?
Yeah, so I just want to thank all of our amazing moderators. And I also just want to thank everybody listening on Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, Wisdom. And I would love for everybody that is listening to know who is in the room and what they do. So please, moderators, if you can give a quick outro and also make sure they know how to get in touch with you, whether it's your 10K card or anywhere else. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to our co-moderator that has been just committed to this room day in and day out, and we couldn't do this room as well as we do without her. Kenyatta will go with you, and then we're going to just go down the line in PTR order.
Thank you so much, Jared. And he's so humble, you guys. It's a reason he's the lead moderator. So make sure that you tap into all that is Jared Albright, Braden. And I'm Kenyatta Butcher. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And basically, if you're looking for investment properties in Illinois, opportunities, I'm your girl. If you want to finance that project or finance your business, I'm still your girl. And because I'm connected to the P.I.L.L method, if you by any chance need to get to Don, I'm still your girl. So go ahead and connect with me. And it's been a pleasure to serve you guys today. And as always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time.
Hey everyone, this was an amazing room as always. I just love just hearing how we can just save money. That's what it's all about, because this is the pathway to generational wealth, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but thank you guys. Thank you, Don, for always showing up, and I'm right behind you, supporting you. So I appreciate you. And Jared, I know you're in California, and you waking up 6 o'clock in the morning to do this. I have to commend you for that too. Well, my name is Rosalora Lewis. I'm also known as Credit Goddess. All things credit, from personal credit to business credit, leading up to funding. Tonight, along with myself and RB Mortgage Broker. So I heard someone earlier mention that she wanted to know the process of purchasing home. We are actually talking about this tonight at 7 p.m. So definitely link up with me if you guys want the link. And I'll talk about credit, of course. And then we'll also go down the line of how to buy a home. And then I want you guys to tap in with Don on how to pay out this home in 7 years. Okay, so if you guys are interested, definitely tap in with me. If you guys are interested in any of my services, definitely tap in with me as well. The best preferred method is to book a consultation. I don't really like texting, but book a consultation, because when we're talking about credit, that's a deep dive into your credit situation and your money. So definitely tap in with me. And I thank you guys so much for having me. Have a wonderful Sunday, guys.
Listen, folks, it is important. It is important to get your credit in shape. Not so much because we focus on credit scores. We focus on a lot of things that aren't important. Miss Credit Goddess is going to get your credit profile in shape so that when you go to get credit, you want a computer making the decision. You don't want human eyes touching, looking at anything. You want to fly right through the process. She's going to show you how to get your credit profile in shape and do it the right way. Credit Goddess, thank you so very much. Always approved.
Never denied.
Come on now. That's what we're talking about.
I love it.
Yep. So for the folks that are not in Clubhouse, you can go to yourcreditgoddess.com and tap in with her there. All right. Next up is YCEO.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany, the Y CEO. I have had over 20 years of experience and I specialize in high net worth, multi use commercial development deals and logistics. And what that means, a whole lot of contracts. And I have an online community now that provides support and encouragement to people who are interested in growing your business and your brand. Because we believe that everyone has potential to be great, but sometimes you need a little help getting there. And that's why we've got our community. I'm so excited about it. Thank you guys for joining me on Wisdom, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, podcast. Oh, I'm running out of breath here. And even Discord. Y'all, my son is going to be so proud with his 1 million followers on YouTube and a whole bunch more everywhere else. He's going to be so excited that I did this. Thank you all so much. You can meet me over at yceo10k.com. That's yceo10k.com. I'm Tiffany. Back to you.
All right. And the man that made all of this streaming possible, that's going to impact so many more lives with this amazing P.I.L.L method. Kirk, I would love for you to introduce yourself and let people know how they can get in touch with you, and if they want to amplify their brand in the way you're doing for Don, how they can reach you.
Thanks so much, Jared, Kirk Nugent. And listen, man, if you guys haven't already seen the energy or experienced the energy in the room and just plugged into what's happening here, tasted and seen that the information that's being shared is good, you want to make sure you do that. Grab the book. Roby Jimenez, Roberto, who spoke earlier, is a college friend of my wife, and excited that he joined the program. Don was instrumental in us getting our property here in Huntsville as well. So it's just been a cyclical process, man. My wife has done his website as well. So we have been working with the P.I.L.L method for quite some time, and we are excited about the information that he's sharing. Building generational wealth for our people, building generational wealth, period, point blank, end of story, is definitely on the priority list for everybody. So Don, just kudos to what you're doing here. And I'm thankful and honored for the opportunity to amplify your brand in this way, right? To be able to broadcast your greatness. I have a few sayings. Your live stream is your digital storefront. There's no better way for people to experience your greatness than for them to see you do it live. They don't need the pitch when they've seen you do it live. And so I teach businesses and leaders how to gain visibility and authority through live video marketing. So come check us out. The website is kirkrnugent.com. I've got an eCam masterclass that starts in about an hour, so that's why I got to run. I'm going to be on eCam show later this afternoon, the stream show with DJ Strick and Brant later this evening. But my show is on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. How it all works, convos and collabs. I've got a fellow remote producer, Toya Glenn, that'll be on the show with us tomorrow. So come and learn, come and check out some of the things that live video can do for you. If you want to establish yourself as a thought leader, you want to funnel clients to your business, you want to engage and grow an audience online, live video is the space, is the place for you. So thank you so much again for allowing me the chance and opportunity to speak. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday.
Awesome. Thank you, Kirk, for everything that you do. Really excited about this new chapter for the P.I.L.L method. Patricia, if you'd like to introduce yourself, feel free. All right. We're going to go to RB. RB, please let everybody know what you do and how they can get in contact with you for your services.
Thank you so much, Jared. Thank you, Don, and everybody that's on the stage. My name is RB, the realtor, licensed realtor in the state of New York, buy and hold investor on the residential multifamily side, that is 4 units and less. My claim to fame is buying single family homes and converting them into multifamily and then producing a profitable property. So it's right in line with what Don and the P.I.L.L method is about, because my goal is to not only help people understand how to create generational wealth through the acquisition of real estate, but once you do get that property or those properties, how to cash flow from it and create that generational wealth. And what better method than to be able to pay down your debt so you have more capital available so that you can invest it into other streams of income or more property. So with that being said, I am a part of the Lunch and Learn series. I do host it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It does take place Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have a free first-time home buyer seminar that is taking place this evening. If you are interested in it, all you have to do is go to the link in my Instagram bio and you can sign up. It will be happening 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time virtually, so you can do it right from your living room. And anyone who is looking to buy or sell property or get started in real estate from a very real way where you can leverage your 9 to 5 to grow your investment portfolio, please feel free to reach out to me. Not only do I serve as a realtor, but I serve as a real estate coach and mentor, and also a person within our community trying to help people get active and have ownership and become stakeholders within our community from state to state. So if I can be of service, that's what I'm here to do. Please feel free to reach out to me. And also, we have an event coming up in 2022. We had the From the Clubhouse to the Real House, which Don was one of our amazing sponsors for. We will be having another one coming up in 2022. If you would like to know about our events before they take place, please feel free to sign up to our mailing list on rbtherealtor.com. That's rbtherealtor.com. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All right. And my name is Jared Albritton. I've been in the tech space since 2006. Came on Clubhouse, just really trying to spread the word of tech opportunities, especially for, my people, increasing diversity in tech. Became a Clubhouse, kind of influencer or whatnot, but it's really the focus is just getting people into roles, into tech. We've gotten over 50 people placed into roles on Clubhouse with rooms I do weekly with tech recruiters. Also do rooms on LinkedIn, interviews, how to network, negotiate salary, things of that nature. If you want to connect with me, you can go to my 10K card, Jarrett, that's JARRETT10K.com. All my socials are there. And definitely check us out on Clubhouse, but check us out wherever Don streams. We'll be doing this room Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time, or Sunday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you want to make sure if you're in the room right now in Clubhouse to click that green house at the top, follow the club. Make sure to follow all these moderators. Your experience on Clubhouse is curated by who you follow. So when they open up rooms, you'll be alerted and you will be able to hear all the gems they drop on a daily basis. And with that being said, make sure you also follow Don. Click that always on notification next to the follow button because the P.I.L.L method is amazing. And don't forget to get the book, get the 10K card by uploading your receipt, and also get that one-on-one consultation with this team by clicking the earnings and savings report. All right, Don, I think that's it. We can close it out so you can enjoy your Sunday. So, Don, I'll give you the last word.
All right, listen, I wanted to just give Mark Kibble an opportunity. Mark, is there something that I know sometimes you're not able to talk about things before their time, but is there something that Take Six is working on that you can share with us so that we can support you?
I'd probably be speaking way out of turn by saying what we have up in the future, but we're still moving. Just I'll let you know that we'll probably be coming out with new projects. But bottom line is, we're going to be better able to do whatever we do when we follow what you got going here. So that's probably the best thing I can say right now.
Thank you so very much, folks. This is Don Daniel. I'm your interest cancellation expert. ICE for short. Listen, I want you to know that I appreciate each and every one of you on all the different platforms, whether it was audio or video. This was our first time live streaming, and I hope that it was not only informational, but it was pleasurable. It was top quality to give you this kind of information in this way. We're bringing a team of people that make this thing happen. So thanks to the entire team for this inaugural production. And I want you to know that we're going to be right here making sure you know the truth about your finances. And you know what the Bible says, the truth will make you free. And this is Don. We'll see you next time. Oh, it'll be Wednesday at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. And we'll be going live Again, we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Just a reminder, if you click on Don.